this video I'm going to be doing a taste test and kind of a review of the Mountain House scrambled eggs with ham and peppers. So these freeze-dried meals are pretty popular. I've done a video on another breakfast meal before and it was a little bit lighter. This one comes in at 2.5 ounces and the calories here, you can see that there, 190, and you get 2 servings, so you get 380 calories, about 400 calories. So you get a little more calories here, and it seems like overall you might be getting more protein as well. So 30 grams of protein in this whole container. Now, some would say this is enough for 2 people. I would say this is enough for 1, like for me. But anyways, these are very light. The breakfasts are very light, and they may be efficient. I'm not quite sure. I think that the other meals come in at about twice the weight, and they have about twice, if not a little bit more, the calories. So I guess weight is really going to be, you know, depending on what you want to carry. But 2 of these would only be 5 ounces, whereas it's about 5.5 ounces for something that's like 600, you know, almost 700 calories. So you got to decide that when you're carrying it. And that's one of the biggest things for Mountain House meals. These freeze-dried meals are very popular because they're lightweight. So anyways, the thing that you're getting with these meals is really the taste and the weight, and it's not really the most convenient to prep. So if you're out hiking, camping, you know, whatever, backpacking, you're probably going to be in an area that has access to water. However, if you're like in the desert and you're carrying in everything, especially water, I wouldn't actually say that this would be the best. I wouldn't really be going for taste. I actually want my calories and I want to keep as much water as possible. However, I do think this is a pretty good option for pretty much everywhere else except for the desert. So it also depends on how much you want to move around, how close you are to water when you actually decide to stop. So anyways, you do want to have rations on you, well, meals or something you can eat that doesn't require water and stuff like that, because you might want food and not want to have to prep a whole meal and get a bunch of water just to prep a small meal. So anyways, let's go ahead and open this up. You got your little tear notches on the sides, and we'll just tear this open. Pretty easy to tear. And open this up. Take a look inside. So you can see the peppers, the scrambled eggs basically looking like marshmallows, and your desiccant packet, you can actually leave that in there if you want and just take it out. It's not going to hurt anything. Just absorbs oxygen. Obviously don't eat it, don't feed it to the kids or the dogs. So anyways, you can see some ham in there, some ham chunks, and you see the peppers, the red peppers and everything. And let's see where the ingredients are. So anyways, the ingredients are right here. And then of course the preparation, it always recommends a similar amount. This one recommends 6 ounces or 8 ounces of water, which I only have 6 because in my experience these tend to get a bit watery. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with 6 ounces of hot water. And it's just a tad under or tad over that, but as you can see, it's kind of foamy, and I'm going to go ahead and, you know, tamp everything down a little bit, and I'm going to kind of get everything tightened up a little bit and just let that rest. And I like to fold these over like so and then prop them like that so that the water can actually get in and around, because if you just prop it upright, it might not have access to everything. That's another reason for me actually tightening it down, is so that it's in an enclosed area. It's very tight, so if there is any area for the water to go, it's basically wherever the food would be. So hope that makes sense. But anyways, I'm gonna wait here for, you know, about 5 minutes and see where we're at. Okay, so it's been between 5 and 6 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and open this up and stir it up a little bit. Now, it does say to stir before, you know, when you add the water, and then you can open it up 3 minutes later and stir. But, you know, my experience with using these meals is you're so tired and you just want something, you want to pour water in, maybe knead it around a little bit to kind of supplement the stirring, and then just let it sit and relax a little bit and do other chores. You're probably going to be working on other things like getting more wood or setting up a tent, whatever. So anyways, we'll open this up. You can see I had everything pretty tight together. It does say drain off excess water, but here's the thing. If you don't need to add in so much water, then don't. And I'm almost convinced that this actually had about a ½ ounce of water too much. So, let me just look at it here. Yeah, it still is a little bit watery, and I believe if this cools down and is able to vent off or vape off, if you will, if it was just a little bit open, it would be able to steam out a little bit, and then it would be darn near perfect. So anyways, let's go ahead and taste this. The ham actually is kind of firm, and if you don't like that, I would say that you could probably let this stand for a little bit longer and stir it up a little bit and let it stand for a little longer, maybe a total of, I don't know, like 8 minutes or something like that. Let's see. It seems like all the ham is just a little tough, and I don't know if there's really anything you can do about it just with the hot water that's in it, but it is rehydrated. It's not like crumbling or anything. It's just like tough cooked ham, really. Can't really taste the peppers. The eggs are the dominant force. The peppers are adding a little bit of there's a note of peppers, but the ham is joining the scrambled eggs very nicely in the tasting. But with these freeze-dried eggs, I mean, it's pretty much like a sponge, but adding less water kind of takes that out of it. Yeah, putting 2 ounces less water in there gives the eggs less water to absorb because it acts like a sponge. So you don't really get as much of a spongy effect when you go with 6 ounces of water rather than 8. So as you can see there's a good amount of everything on this spoon, mostly eggs of course. So you get ham and some peppers. Yeah, maybe if you let the meal sit for another couple minutes, or actually put it in really hot water right away, because the water had sat out for a minute or two before I put it in, then it would probably have softened up a lot better than mine did. But overall it's not bad. I mean, some of the ham that was left was softening up a little bit, but yeah, it's a pretty good meal. Okay, so some final thoughts on this meal. It's about 400 calories, it's pretty lightweight, and you actually do get a good amount in these meals once everything rehydrates and everything. As long as you put like 6 ounces in there, it doesn't seem, instead of 8, it doesn't seem like you're actually getting the sponginess to the eggs that you usually get. Although I would say that I wouldn't say adding more water would make the ham less tough or whatever. I think that 6 ounces is enough, maybe 7 would actually do it, and it does say drain excess water, carefully of course, but I don't think that you would really need to do that if you just added the right amount of water to begin with, and as you stir it up and you're just constantly stirring it up, it vapes off a little bit, etc. And you have basically your perfect balance. You don't have to carefully, pour it out. You don't want to waste that time when you're hungry, At least I don't. I've had plenty of experience eating these, and I can tell you that laziness does take over when you're tired. And, those are my recommendations, just to make it a lot simpler, and it does the same thing, right? So it just cuts out a few of the things. You use a little less water, 2 ounces less, woo, but also you don't have to, do all this extra stirring beforehand, meticulously following the instructions. Just throw the stuff in there, knead it up a little bit, fold it over, let it rest, and then, you know, open it up a few minutes later, do another task or whatever, mix it up a little bit, enjoy the smell, and then dig in. That's pretty much my method of eating these meals, and I did the best I could to apply that here with this meal. So anyways, it comes in at about $6, probably over that, depending on where you go, how much you get and stuff like that, sales and stuff. So, I mean, $6 for this meal, I don't think $6 is a fair price, but none of the Mountain House meals are really a fair price for how much you're getting, I don't think. But, you know, that's up to the end user. But, you know, when you're getting this, you're going for the lightweight and having that kind of taste when you're out there, something a little close to home. But, you know, there's other companies out there, there's other meal options out there, so you got to take your pick. So anyways, if you found this this little taste interesting, give me a like and also subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and you guys have a good one.